All right, guys. For this episode, just a caveat. I'm ripping a DVD, so my drive is going crazy every once in a while, so you might hear that in the background. Also, I'm right beneath the AC duct, so if that goes on, you're going to hear that. So anyway, but those are what those things are going to be. What are we going to do today? So here's what I've got. First, just some leftover stuff from last time. So we set up the browser. I want to get some bookmarks going because we're using Fedora, we're using Firefox, and this is the opening page it gives us, which I don't mind. I don't care about opening page. I don't want any of these bookmarks though. So we're just going to go ahead and delete, 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 delete. Because one of the ones that I do want, we're going to open up Bitwarden here, put in our password, which I am going to talk about passwords in a minute. Because we want our email, start typing it in, you click this little thing here and it'll launch it. It'll take you to the website. It'll not autofill. But anyway, we'll get this opened up. No messages. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. We're going to add this to our bookmarks bar. Yep. We don't need all of that. Just want that. Look at that. That's what we need. And I'm sure we'll be filling this up as we go along. So anyway, wanted to do that. Do we want to change our opening page? I don't think I care right now. Okay, next thing. So we did that. Next thing is talking about passwords. And so I'll include this in the description, but this was a pretty good article. Because the problem is, and this article is great because it talks about what not to do. And you don't just want to use one word because it's going to be too short. Even if you use a super long word, it's just not going to be great. So to make a strong password, you're going to want to use like a phrase. And that's actually really helpful. They got some examples here, but I think we all have, well, maybe we don't, but we can all develop some sort of like personal motto or something like that. So it could be something that you find inspiring. It could be something like you're trying to avoid. But it's basically do something that's very personal to you, and that helps make it something unique and something that is going to be hard to guess, even if someone knows you. So yeah, to be or not to be. Once you get that phrase, then you have to figure out how to add stuff in. So like, you're adding in numbers, you got caps, you got lowercase, you got this, they're not very good with this, but you could do symbols. Like I love to use, where is it? Oh, they don't have it here. But like you got the @ symbol, goes around like that. Oh yeah, I also have something for drawing. Where'd it go? I want to draw stuff. Okay, well, we'll get to that later. You could use the @ symbol. You could use the and symbol. So @ good for A's, $sign's good for S's. Throw exclamation marks in there. Anything you need to do is to make something that's going to be long. Like you should really aim for like 14 plus digits. And make it something that's about you. And then, excuse me, allergy time. Yeah, I love this idea of like using smiley faces and stuff. Like that's just a great way. You could add that to the end, add that to the beginning. Anything that gives you a little bit more stuff. So a phrase, something like that, something that's unique to you, and just throw in random stuff. Change it up with uppercase, lowercase, and you're going to make a password. Because remember, you only need to make one, and you only need to remember one because you've got Bitwarden. So spend some time, make a good one. The good thing with Bitwarden is you could go back and you could change your master password later. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about passwords. We will put an X by that. Oh yeah, so the last thing, And I've actually already done this, and I've actually already generated a new recovery key. I'm going to go back and regenerate all the passwords that, obviously I can't keep the passwords that I've shown you. So just because if someone wants to mess with me, they've literally got all the information. So I'm going to go back before I post an episode. Everything's going to be changed. So, I mean, go ahead and try to prove me wrong, I guess. But this was the original recovery key that they gave us for Tutanota when we set up our email. And again, I've gone back, I've regenerated a new key, I've saved it somewhere else. But this is important. You want to keep this. And what you could do when you set up something, let's just set up a basic one. Test. You come down to notes. And this is where you'd save stuff like this. You just copy it. Go over here. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, anyway. You'd start it. You'd come down here to notes, and you could say recovery key. And then we'll paste it in there. And you'd have this saved with your password and everything. So if you ever need it, it'll be here. What I like about this, as opposed to just putting it in, oh gosh, terrible allergies. Putting in a note like this is password protected because you need to put in your master password to get to it. So anyway, that's what you could do with those. So we're done with that. All right. First thing, I wanted to talk a little bit about the title and why I'm calling this How to Learn. And to do that, I might want to draw stuff. So I'm going to use, if you're familiar with Windows, Paint is just a wonderful thing, but we're on Linux, and I figure might as well introduce you to a program we'll probably use down the line, which is GIMP. And you could do, GIMP's basically Photoshop, but it's free. So say you wanted it, you'd come here, go to downloads, and it'll figure out what your, what's this? No. It'll figure out what your operating system is, and it'll help you install it. Cool thing about Linux is you've got this app store basically. So, and I've already installed it, but you just search it, go here, and I've already got it installed, so I'm going to open it. Okay, cool. Well, let's just get a blank canvas here. Yay. I just want to undo. Where was undo? It's here somewhere. Well, I guess this is as good as any time to talk about keyboard shortcuts. So if you ever want to undo something, you hold down the Control key, that's usually at the bottom left side of your keyboard, and then you press Z. Boom, gone. That's how to undo things in most programs. All right, so how to learn anything. When I started college, seminary to become a priest, you learn philosophy in college. And my first philosophy class, some brand new guy, had an amazing teacher, Dr. Shalina Stilley, and she suggested something. I don't think most of my class actually followed through with it, and they paid the price. But anyway, she suggested, since we were starting out this journey of learning philosophy, that the first thing we should do is buy ourselves a secondhand philosophical dictionary. And every time we come across something we didn't understand, a new word, something like that, look it up, look up the definition, and learn it. Not like you had to memorize it, but learn it, and that would help expand that knowledge quicker and help you come to grips with philosophy faster. So I did that. That was like the first week, got that, and it was really good. Obviously, doctor, she knew what she was doing, and it really applies to anything you want to learn. You need to start somewhere. You need to start digging in somewhere, and any major subject, basically you could start at the Wikipedia page and just start from the beginning And anything you don't understand, look it up. And eventually it's sort of like this rabbit hole where, you know, you're going one way and you're like, oh, I don't know what this word is. Let's go figure this out. Okay, figure that out. Keep going, and oh, I don't know what this word is. Figure that out. Keep going, and oh, there's this word. Keep going. Oh, there's that word. And it's like all of a sudden you build this giant tree of knowledge. And if you're just trying to get from point A to point B, your knowledge is going to be so weak. It's going to be so flimsy. You're not going to have all this other stuff that helps flesh it out and give you more information. Another example, let's get rid of all this, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Another concept, and this comes from philosophy, is called a Venn diagram. And let's just draw a basic one. Oh, well, that's supposed to be a circle, but use your imagination. That's supposed to be another circle. And then we'll draw a third. So a Venn diagram basically describes how areas of information intersect. So like, let's say this circle is knives. Oh, and why am I doing this? Here, we could do this. This circle over here is swords. And what'll this circle be? Knives, swords, spears. So you'd have these three categories, and where they overlap, maybe you'd have a spear with a really long blade at the end. It would be like a spear sword. Where this one overlaps, maybe you've got a really long knife, not quite long enough to be a sword, but it's moving in that direction. So you've got that overlapping section there. Knives and spears. You know, actually, this is probably should be closer together because spears are basically sticks with knives on the top. And then if there was a category here where they all overlap, that would probably be just a spear with a sort of long blade. So sort of a knife, sort of a sword, sort of a spear. But those are how those Venn diagrams work. Again, let's just go back. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Get rid of all those. When you're trying to learn something, you've got the circle that is your knowledge, and then you've got the circle that is whatever you're trying to learn. You're just moving in as best you can so that there's more overlap. You know, you're never probably going to learn the whole thing, but you need to start somewhere. And really, it doesn't matter where you start. You need to begin with something, and you need to keep moving forward and, you know, branch out as much as you can by learning what different words mean, and you're going to get somewhere. But if you're like trying to figure out everything in advance, like, oh, what do I need to learn to do this? What do I need to learn to do that? You just get stuck because you just keep analyzing and keep trying to figure out the best way of doing something when really you could have made so much more headway if you had just started. So that's why this is called that. And I guess I'll leave this open in case we need it, because we're going to do just one quick thing. I wasn't sure how long all that stuff would take. So we're just going to do one quick thing today, which is setting up email aliasing. We don't need that. Email aliasing. Okay, I guess we'll need this again. Say you've got your email address, which again we lucked out and got xcon at whatever you decide to do .com. Email aliasing basically means you could give another address, xyz at wherever.com. Man, I'm doing bad. All right. And when someone sends an email over here, what the heck? Why can I not? Oh. Someone sends an email here. Basically, the email aliasing service will forward that email to you. The benefit to this is no one you give this out to actually knows your real email address. They think you're here. And so say they start sending you a bunch of spam emails or something like that, and it's really, and this happens a lot, they make it very hard to unsubscribe, and you unsubscribe to one newsletter and they send you like 5 more. And then you have to go and subscribe to each of them. What you can do is you could just kill the alias, just get rid of it. Now they can't email you because they don't know your email address. And so that's it. And you just make a new alias. What you want to do with aliases is have a different one for each service you use. And so that's what we're going to do now. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And the one I want to use is called AnonAddy. I use Simple Login personally, and this is their competitor. And so I figure this is also me learning. Let's try it, see how it works. It might be better. If it's not, I'll tell you. And then you can go back and do Simple Login. But let's register. All right, so we're going to need a username. Is XCon available? Maybe. Oh, it's not going to check. It's probably not going to be. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we'll use our real email address, and this will be one of the last times we do. Now we need a password. So let's go here. Let's add a login. This is probably going to, oh wait, no, this is going to be our username. That's one thing I don't like about Bitwarden. It'll, if you try to go back and forth, it doesn't like it. So let's go ahead. Let's just leave that blank because we need a password right now. So we got a nice 20, all that. And again, I'll come back and change this later. I don't like that one. There we go. Gotta have some symbols in there. Select that one. We'll save. We'll take that password, put it right there. Don't want their newsletter. I really like having empty email. It is so nice. Oh. Well, let's get our password entered again. UT2. Now I'm second guessing myself. All right. Oh, there it is. We're off to the races. Man, that was fast. All right. I'm liking it already. It looks nicer than Simple Login. Not that that's the deciding factor, but okay. Oh, that's cool. Let's make our first alias. So let's use this to sign up for something. What do we want? You know, we're going to want to sign up for some sort of social network eventually. No, let's not do that. No, yeah, let's do that. Why not? What's social network? Maybe Twitter. Why not? So we'll go there. You could add multiple email addresses if you want it to send to multiple ones. Yeah, random characters. That's fine. Create alias. There we go. There it is. So let's go over to Twitter and sign up. And yes, I know there's all sorts of drama around Twitter. But we're going to create an account because we're going to use, can we use X? I'm just going to try using it everywhere. Oh, they want a phone number. We can't do that. We'll do an email. So we do this, click to copy, put it in there. Need a nice date of birth. August 22nd. There we go. For whatever reason. 1985. Do. Anyway. No. No. Oh gosh. Use the arrows to change the number of objects until it matches the left image. 3. What? Okay, 3 boats. Pretty sure that was it. Yeah, it's not that one. Wow, that is wow. This is intense. All right, I think it was that one. Oh my gosh. I guess bots are getting really good. Wow. I signed up for Twitter recently or a few years ago, and it was not this complicated. Oh, I guess that's it. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, good. We're human. Now. Oh, what's this? Now I need a verification code. This is literally, oh, I copied the page there, that. Oh yeah, by the way, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. You see, I probably had a space on the end. That was probably what got it. Oh, we need a password. Oh no. I'll just get our handy dandy thing here. What do we want for a password? We have to come back and change this one too. So much work to post these episodes. We're going to skip for now. I mean, yeah, I guess. Can I do XCon? XCon? No. XCon it cast. Nope. My gosh, guys. I am not typing right. What is wrong? It's there. All right, we'll do that. No. Nothing. Well, fine. We like technology. That's what we're doing. Hey, gaming's pretty cool. So is arts and culture. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Follow the boss. No. Follow the boss's business. No. No. Oh my gosh, these are all terrible. I'm not going to follow any of these. Nah, this is pretty cool. They post some neat pictures. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh man, I just have a soft spot for Sony. I'm probably unfollowing later, but actually I'm not really going to check this. What does this matter? None of this matters. All right, so now you know how to sign up for stuff using an alias. And again, goes right to your own. And now Twitter doesn't know our email. They know this email. And if they ever send us too many emails, we go right here and we turn it off. And then emails come here, but they don't get forwarded. And so it's essentially our way of just being able to unsubscribe. Anyway, I think this episode went way longer than I intended, but we are done. We've done everything on the list. So anyway, I guess I'll give my signing out thing, but don't subscribe, get off my lawn, and I'll see you next time.